September 12th is National Policewoman Day, and today I'm joined by Corporal Crystal Caribou, who comes from Matthias Colomb Cree Nation. Crystal, to start off, I'm curious to know, what made you interested in a career in policing?
I've always had an interest since I was a teenager. I noticed there was not much of a police presence when it came to Indigenous representation in the RCMP. And I always had an interest in the back of my head growing up that maybe one day I'll be a police officer so that I can represent my community and be a representative in the RCMP as well. So that was where the thought kind of started. And then as I got older, I realized I wanted to finish school before I, pursued that career choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, historically, Indigenous peoples haven't always had the best relationship with the RCMP. How have you worked to, rebuild that trust as an RCMP officer?
Growing up myself, I had also a negative view of policing, and I wanted to know why and where those thoughts were coming from, and I wanted to make a change, make a difference, and that was one of the reasons why, as to why I joined the RCMP, just to figure out for myself, can I make a difference, and can I see why I'm having such a negative exposure or thoughts about the RCMP. And when I got in, I realized RCMP officers or police officers in general, we get exposed to a lot of things that people don't see on a daily basis. So growing up, back to what I said about me having a negative experience, a lot of times it was probably maybe the officer was having a bad day, or we're going to traumatic things. So being on the other side of the door now and being in that police officer role, I kind of have a better understanding as to all the things that we have to go through as police officers. And there are hard days, we're exposed to a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I always remember, I chose this career to make a difference and to hopefully be a positive role model and build those relationships in the community. And that's what I take out most days, is hopefully I helped someone out today, and hopefully I made a difference just by being who I am as an Indigenous police officer. And I've really noticed too, with speaking to community members where I've been, that a lot of them feel, I think, more at ease or more willing to come forward and talk to me because I maybe look like them, or they know I'm from northern Manitoba as well. So I think they realize, oh, she probably understands. Which I do, and at the end of the day, we are just here to help.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say has been the most rewarding aspect of your job so far?
Just knowing I'm helping someone and hopefully making a difference wherever I go, and being that safe net for people and being there for when people need help. I could be one of those people that show up and maybe make a difference or help them, keep people safe.
Mm-hmm. And if you were to give advice to an Indigenous woman who's interested in a career in policing, what advice would you give them?
I would say you're not going to know unless you try. So don't be afraid. If you are afraid, that's a normal feeling. But I know you could do it, and it's possible. Any choice or career that you want to do, it's possible. You just need to do some hard work, have a positive attitude about it, and confidence. And you learn as you go. Even in my career right now as a police officer, I'm still learning, and you're going to always learn and grow, which is good. And that's one of the other reasons why I chose this career, is I knew I was always going to be learning and challenging myself for the better.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us today, Crystal. And yeah, best of luck with your career. Back to you in the studio.